like to say, hello, beautiful business-minded people. Kayo ba yung nagsasabi nito? Wala po akong capital para makapag-start ng negosyo. Hindi ko alam kung paano ang lumago mula sa small business. Sinasabi niyo ba to, anak? How many times have you heard these words? No, maybe you even said them yourself. But what if I told you that some of the most successful businesses today started with zero capital? Isa na ako doon. And grew into multiple income streams. Yan. So, welcome po sa ating Facebook Live. And today, we have another episode of our Meet My Friend series. And I am so excited to have you all here today. So, ako po ay si Mami Negosyo, but like my coaching clients, students, and mentees, you can call me Mami N for short. Ako po ay isang retired na business owner ng maraming negosyo. Among them, I was a franchisee of Chowking for 18 long years, a licensee of STI College in Zamboanga City for 28 years. Karoon po kami ng computer repair shops, broadband installation, pension houses, jewelry stores, at iba pang mga negosyo. And ngayon na retired na po ako, naipasa ko na po ang lahat ng mga ito, mga negosyo namin sa aming mga anak, and I am now an author, online business mentor, coach, speaker, and a course and content creator. Dahil ang mission ko na po ngayon sa aking retirement is to help and guide Filipino business owners like you to grow your business easier and faster. Kaya po meron tayong mga free videos at mga programs na tulad nito. And what makes me really happy is to share with you all the lessons that I have learned sa aking 40 plus years as a businesswoman para hindi na ninyo daanan yung mga pain, tears, at saka hardships that I went through. Alam niyo po, kung alam niyo yung kwento ko, balde-balde po na luha ang iniyak ko. Kaya sana, by sharing the lessons to you or with you, hindi nyo na ito pagdaanan, di ba? So, if you want first dibs on these lessons, no, why don't you subscribe to our newsletter na libre naman at aming starter kit na meron pong 2 video na para sa inyo. The starter kit is for those who want to start a business and for those who want to start growing your businesses. Alam kong gusto nyong mag-sign up sa mga libreng resources, kaya maminegosyo.com po para you can get free resources, no? Marami pong freebies sa maminegosyo.com. Okay, so today, we are going to be talking about something that many of you have been asking me. Ang daming nagtatanong, Mami N, paano po ba mag-start ng negosyo kung wala akong puhunan? At paano po bang mag-expand from one income stream to maraming mga revenue streams? These are the questions that keep many aspiring and existing business owners up at night. No, kung minsan iniisip natin, di tayo makatulog. And I believe there's no better person to help us answer these questions than our special guest today. Alam niyong nabalitaan ko tungkol sa kanya many years ago na, no? Dahil sa laki ng kanyang community. Grabe. Yun yung talagang pinag-uusapan ng mga tao dati na ang galing-galing niya sa community building. And many times, pinanonood ko yung mga programs niya at inggit na inggit ako sa kanya. Pero takot naman din akong magparamdam. Kasi iniisip ko, sino ba naman ako na papansinin niya? But it was in last years na mga around February na yun when I finally met her sa isang weekend na seminar, sa Ignite Weekend. Kaya lang, ang lungkot doon dahil isang araw lang siyang nakapag-attend. But I was very surprised na nung na-meet ko siya, nako, napakasimpleng tao po. Very down to earth, walang ka-ere-ere. And what was nakakabilib was that she was with 3 young ladies whom she was mentoring. And all throughout, nafe-feel ko sa pag-uusap nila how much these 3 young ladies loved her and how much din yung kanyang heart, no, to be a very good mentor to them. Kasi ine-encourage niya yung 3 mentee niya all throughout the sessions. Talagang tunay na tunay siya na mommy. Kahit na napakabata pa niya, no? At actually, nung nag-meet kami, she was pregnant with her second baby. Kaya, tulad nung 3 mentees niya, I would also want to be babied by our guest kahit nahamak na mas matanda ako sa kanya, old enough to be her grandmother maybe. Okay, so without further ado, allow me to welcome my beautiful and my loving friend. I'm so pleased to be her friend. This is Mami MK Bertulfo. Yan.
Hi! Thank you so much, Mami N, for the introduction. Grabe, isang karangalan na ma-introduce mo and nakakapanindig balahibo because you are my idol in terms of content creation. I really admire your business tips and I know na marami, no, sa mga fellow moms natin na mga entrepreneurs din ang matututo, no, today pareho sa atin.
Yan. So, narinig nyo na ha, pag nagsalita, ibang-iba. Maming-mami talaga. No? So, Mami MK, makikimami ako. Bahala na. No? Huwag kang mag-feel bad. No? Baka sabihin mo, napakatanda ko na. But anyway, I will be asking you a lot of questions. Mami MK, no? And we will get questions also from our viewers sa Zoom at saka sa Facebook. Okay lang ba, Mami MK?
Of course. Kahit buong magdamag pa tayong magtanungan, ayan, magturuan ng mga business lessons, Mami N.
O yun, itatanong ko pa nga sana kung okay ba sa kanyang mag-go overtime, pero sinagot niya na yung tanong ko. So, okay, thank you very much. No, narinig niyo na, ang bait talaga ni Mami MK. So, umpisa na natin, Mami MK. Umpisahan natin sa where it all began, no? Bago ka naging si Mami MK na napaka-successful na businesswoman, you mentioned that you were working in multiple jobs, from selling vegetables, grabe, no? And having 2 call center positions. So, paano yon? Ano yung buhay mo dati, no? At paano kang na-prepare ng iyong mga experiences para makapasok sa business at magkaroon ng multiple revenue streams? Can you teach us how you were able to do it?
Yes, I actually wanted to start with my childhood. All because I feel na dun talaga nagsimula lahat. The way kung paano ako nag-observe sa mga parents ko who are both traditional entrepreneurs. So, ang tatay ko at saka nanay ko, nakita ko sila na nagnenegosyo ng kung ano-ano lang. Meron kaming tindahan, we also tried a bakery, and then every Sunday nagkakatay sila ng baboy, no? And then bahay paupahan kami rin yung nagsusupply ng tubig dun sa barangay namin. Kung ano-ano rin yung mga binebenta, no? May gulay, kumukuha kami sa Pasig, sinasama pa ako dun sa tricycle ng tatay ko, no? So, growing up, ganun yung nakita ko until yung mama ko is nag-abroad siya kasi I believe kailangan. Wala naman akong idea kung anong financial status namin nun before. And then pagbalik po niya, nagkaroon siya ng ovary cancer. Hindi na po namin siya nakasama. Pero even during yung mga time na naghihirap siya, no, with her stage 4 na cancer, nagbebenta-benta pa rin kami, tapos sinasama niya pa rin ako. And then, nung hindi na namin siya kasama, no, biglang nag-bankrupt kami. So, lahat ng mga ari-arian na meron kami, yung bahay paupahan, no, and lahat, nabaon rin kami sa utang, and we started renting. Ang nangyari, no, fast forward, ako po yung tumayong nanay, no, sa maliit na family namin, kasama ng tatay ko at saka ng bunso namin. Naging breadwinner ako in short, and then I started working for different na mga companies. Yung first na job ko po, Mami N, no, is a cashier sa isang fast food na chain, and then rumarakit-rakit ako, nagpa-flyering sa mga condo, and so many other things pa. And yung pinakauna kong selling na experience, I believe, is nung nagbenta naman ako ng gulay, nung tinapon. The term is tinapon kasi kailangan kong magstay, no, sa Bicol habang nagpapagamot yung nanay ko. So every Sunday, nagtitinda naman kami ng gulay. So, ayan.
Wow, ano? So, grabe yung journey, no? Pero nakita ko talagang nasa DNA mo na from your mom, no? Na napaka-madiskarte ng parents mo, raketera din ng mami mo, no? And even kahit na nasubukan ninyong mabankrupt yung business, pero talagang yung mother, grabe. Kaya nakikita ko yung energy niya sa iyo actually, Mami MK.
Thank you, Mami.
No? Grabe yung energy, no? So, nag-OFW na hindi joke, pero nabaon pa rin sa utang. But you stood up as a breadwinner. And hindi ka nahiya na magbenta ng gulay. Alright? So, ano yung naitulong nitong mga experience na to para maging si Mami MK ay si Mami MK?
Yung lahat, no, nung hardships. Kasi hindi madali eh. Over the years, na-train ako kung paano maging strong as an entrepreneur. And then, hindi biro, yung lahat ng mga negosyong sinubukan kong pasukin at a very young age. Kasi hindi ko pa nabanggit yung nagbenta naman ako sa office, no, sa school din. So, pag sa school, ang binibenta ko niyan, mga stickers, bread rolls, ganyan-ganyan. Pagdating naman sa office, lahat ng may brochure, name it, okay? Binenta ko yan. And then, kasama din yung mga me products, makeup, ganyan, pautang. So, ang dami kong pinasok talaga. And then, nung nag-asawa ko, ayan, ganun din. Ang dami rin naming pinagsusubukan ng mga traditional na businesses, more on direct na selling, no? Or reselling. Not until ma-discover ko nga itong online job. So, si Habi, nagkaroon siya ng opportunity, no, na mag-work from home. Nauna siya sa akin and then sumunod ako. All because of, the traffic, office politics, yung responsibilities ko as first-time mom, no, sa 2-year-old ko na son during that time. So, nung na-discover ko to, Mami N, I feel na ito naman yung nagbukas sa akin, no, ng opportunity. So, dahil nga nasubukan ko na lahat ng businesses na pa, kumbaga, ito yung nagbigay sa akin ng, kumbaga, idea, lahat when it comes to entrepreneurship. Pagdating naman dun sa online job na experience ko, kasi very young ako nung time na yon I was just 22 years old and then now I'm 30. So, talagang nagsisimula pa lang ako ng career ko. And nung nagko-call center ako, imagine I'm working for 2 different call center na companies. So, after ng isang shift ko, susunod na naman ako sa kabila. And then, napag-compare ko yung earning. So, kung halos magpakamatay na ako dun sa first na job ko, no, at saka yung mga call center na gigs ko, ganyan. Dito sa online job, nagulat ako. Sabi ko, wow, ang interesting naman ito kasi I'm earning 35,000 pesos per month naman just for one client. So, doon naman na-open sa akin yung freelancing na business. Freelancing kasi, when you look at it, it's also considered as a business. Kasi ang produkto nyo is kayo mismo. That's why when I started working from home, I can say na wala akong naging puhunan, all because, Mami N, yung wifi na gamit namin is sa apartment, kumbaga doon sa compound namin. So, nakikabit kami. And then, the laptop ay second hand na. Sa father-in-law ko pa siya. So, lumang-luma na rin siya when we started. So, kung ano man yung meron ako, such as the skills and experience, yun lang talaga yung naging puhunan ko para makapagsimula ng freelance na business ko or online job, tawagin.
Yan, wow, no? Freelancing is a business. That's one thing I'm learning from you, okay? At saka dahil wala namang extra expenses, kaya you really started from zero sa business. Pero from freelancing, napunta ka sa FH Moms. Actually, nakita kita sa FH Moms. At hindi ko siya tiningnan as a business. Pero ngayon, habang tinitingnan ko ngayon, parang ay negosyo na pala ang pagbibuild ng community. So, can we go to your business which is now not traditional, no? Dahil lahat ng mga kinagisnan mo traditional, pinagdaanan mo traditional. So, can you please tell our viewers tungkol naman dyan sa FH Moms at kung paano yung isang simpleng Facebook group lang ay naging business na from zero to a big business na multiple income streams. Can you talk about that?
Ayan. So, habang nag-work from home po ako, no, na-realize ko na, teka muna, parang wala akong parang support group. Gusto kong may kachikahan ako and all that. Wala akong makita, so I started one. Doon nabuo sa Filipina Home-Based Moms or FH Moms, no? And yes, tama si Mama N, it's just a Facebook group. When I started it, actually wala naman akong, parang hindi ko pa naman siya na-envision na dapat ganito siya kalaking community, dapat maging ganito siyang company, dapat ganito siyang business na may mga iba't ibang revenue models. Hindi. All I wanted is for me lang to have a support na system because working from home is hard. Makukulong ka sa bahay, may stress ka with so many clients and tasks, no? So, nung sinimulan ko yung FH Moms, talaga nag-enjoy lang ako. Binuo ko yung Facebook group, in-invite ko yung family and friends ko, and then nagulat ako, sobrang dami nang sumasali, and then I started doing Facebook Live. After 6 months naman, I organized almost weekly na face-to-face na meetups, training, all because na-enjoy ko na maturuan siya ka ma-meet yung mga nanay hanggang sa naging advocacy ko din siya, no? Sinabi ko na sobrang laking tulong nito sa akin and I wanted to give back to my fellow moms and makita ko rin na mag-succeed rin sila apart from myself or my family. And nagtuloy-tuloy siya kasi nakikita ko nga yung progress. And then pinag-iisipan ko, sabi ko parang mahirap yata yung ako lang ng ako yung nagtuturo, ako lang yung nag-grow ng community, and gusto ko siya talaga maging sustainable kasi I'm thinking long term. So, ang ginawa ko is I work with mommy trainers na mga naging students ko rin before. Sila naman yung nagtuturo ng social media marketing, accounting and bookkeeping, general virtual assistants, and other topics na hindi ko na kayang ituro all because ang alam ko lang din, no, is yung freelancing na basics and then yung sa niche ko lang din which is customer service, virtual assistants, and social media marketing. The rest, hindi ko na alam, lalo na kung complicated na. So, doon nagsimula, no, na mag-offer kami ng mga paid na courses. And then because of the revenue, no, na nakukuha ng FH Moms, nagtuloy-tuloy yung mga free namin na webinars and then yung mga free namin na training. Kumbaga, na-sustain namin yung advocacy part ng FH Moms and then from time to time, magpapa-outreach kami na program. Kapag may bagyo, sobrang active namin with relief operation questions, no? And during the pandemic, Mami, and mas nagulat ako kasi imbes na maapektuhan kami, no? Isa kami doon sa mga industriya na nag-boom. Kung before, medyo nahihirapan ako na i-explain about online job, about this freelance na business, no? Ngayon, mas easier na lang na maintindihan ng mga tao. And then, during the pandemic then nag-start naman yung computer rent-to-own at saka yung rental and iba pa naming mga services as well as digital na mga products.
Wow, no? Nag-umpisa lang sa pangangailangan ng support system, tapos para lang may katsikahan, yun na.
Yes, Mami. Alam mo naman, machika ako. Hindi ako pwedeng walang katsikahan.
Yan. It pays to be really friendly, no? So anyway, I was surprised na okay, nag-umpisa kang magturo. Ang tinuro mo ba nung una ay online, skills, freelance skills na?
Hindi pa. Ang tinuturo ko lang ng paulit-ulit up to now is how to start working from home. Yung pinaka-basic, paano tumagot sa mga interview, paano gumawa ng resume, paano mag-apply, paano gawin to, paano gawin yan, mga ganun lang.
And bakit mo ginawa yun?
Kasi ang dami nagtatanong. Kaya ako masipag nga akong sumagot. So, sasagot ako sa comment, sasagot ako sa chat. So, sabi ko, ba't hindi kaya i-live ko na lang to? Hindi pa uso nun yung mga short form na videos. Content creation is not yet a thing. So, ako, ginagawa ko lang siya just for me na ibaba lahat ng mga alam ko, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, before, yung training ko pa na ginagawa is 4 hours. Ganun siya katagal. Yung tinitrain ko yung mga tao. Ngayon kasi uso na lang 1 minute. Ganyan-ganyan. So, imagine
nila. Mga tao. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, that's so nice. No? So, yun lang muna. Yung muna, tapos tamang-tama. After a while, nadagdagan na ng digital skills training. So,
That's
yung
right.
mga digital skills training ay paid na or free pa?
Paid. And yun din, wala ring puhunan per se, no? Kasi all you have to do, no, is gather experts or yung mga key people who will teach, no, your audience or your community, ganyan. And then sila, expertise din nila, no? Kumbaga, hilaway, no? Yung kanilang puhunan, and it's the same din with you. So, talagang makakapag-start din talaga kayo as long as may internet, may computer, and kayo, you can get started pagdating sa courses, coaching, no? Or even content creation kasi magkakadikit naman yan.
Grabe, no? And I'm imagining you, no? Nag-umpisa ka lang na gusto kang may kachika, tapos para makasagot ka lang, gumawa ka na ng Facebook Live, and so on. And then, all the things just got into, yung parang naidagdag na lang, one after the other. No, pati nga yung computer rentals, wow, no? And now, Get Hired. Get Hired is a software? Is it an app? Is it a platform? Ano to? Can you tell us more about it?
Yes. So, just to give you lang an idea, no, hindi naman to parang sabay-sabay na sinimula, nabuo, ganyan-ganyan. Every time na nagde-demand, no, yung ating mga customers or yung mga members in my case, no, or yung mga paying na clients, nakikita ko na may demand. Nagre-request talaga sila. And I don't do it kung hindi sila gigil na makakuha nun. Okay? Unless I wanted to just sell it, ganyan. Pero hindi. Most of the time, inaantay ko na sila yung magsabi. So, after nung computer rent-to-own, no, na program namin, ang next naman nun is merong isang BPO na client who hired 200 employees from us. This was during the pandemic or yung first na lockdown. Kasabay namin ni-launch with the computer rent-to-own. And then, nagsunod-sunod rin yung mga brands, specifically Mommy, Baby, and Tech na mga companies who would work with us para sa mga social media advertisement nila na campaigns. So, another revenue model yun for us. Again, the revenue models of FH Moms, no, ay yung digital skills training, advertising. And then, kung nakaraang taon, no, I joined Get Hired. It is an automated interview platform. Ginagamit siya ng mga HR and recruiters para makapag-hire ng mabilis ng mga tao. It's very aligned with what I'm doing sa FH Moms. Si FH Moms kasi nakapokus siya sa digital skills training. And medyo nahirapan ako na pagsabay-sabayin yung recruitment at saka si FH Moms kasi these are two different services din talaga. So what I did is ipinaubaya ko na sa Get Hired with other co-founders. Si FH Moms kasi I'm the sole na founder. Ibig sabihin, mag-isa lang ako. Ngayon, with Get Hired as a co-founder, my role, no, is to be able to set up everything and at the same time, mai-onboard, no, yung mga members na namin, especially the graduates dito sa platform, and then maghanap ng mga employers for them, which I've been doing na rin naman in the past. Sa FH Moms kasi, every time na meron akong mga freelancer and mga entrepreneur friends na maghahanap ng another virtual assistant for their team or their business, magbibigay lang ako sa kanila or magre-recommend. So, even before pa, nasisimulan ko na siya. So, hindi siya bago sa akin. So, nung nagkaroon ako ng chance to join Get Hired, mas nakita ko na, okay, align pa rin to with what I'm doing sa FH Moms. Pero hindi ako nagdagdag agad or hindi naman ako naglipat, no? Dinagdagan ko lang siya. It's still because aligned siya with FH Moms.
Yeah, no? So, I hope you are seeing it, no? People who are watching, sana nakikita natin, no? Papasok tayo sa isang negosyo. Ang nauna ay yung demand, yung customer. Ano yung kailangan ng customer? Tsaka ino-offer ni Mami MK. Hindi tulad nung mga karamihan kasi Mami MK yung mga pumapasok, yung mga nakakausap ko. Mami N, sasabihin nila, tulungan mo naman kami, hindi kami makabenta. Kasi meron na silang products. Inuumpisa nila sa products. Tapos ibebenta nila. But if you can learn, eto sinasabi ko na rin sa kanila, but now I want you to see that we can learn from Mami MK. Hindi niya inuumpisahan ng product na digital skills training o kaya computer rentals tapos magkakandara pa siyang maghanap ng customers. Nandun na yung customers. Ang wala lang is yung product. At marami pang ganyan na product na kailangan na hindi lang natin alam. So once nandun na yung customers, hinihingi na nila, that's the time na pinapasukan ito ni Mami MK. Tama, no? Mami MK, right?
That's right. Mga po yan.
Okay, great. So, napakaganda ng mga lessons na tinuturo mo. Now, ang dami namang mga viewers natin na talagang inisip nila, mag-e-expand ako ng business ko. Kailan kaya ako mag-e-expand? Ano kaya yung dapat kong gawin? So, for these business owners who feel stuck, using the same marketing, pamarket ng pamarket sila, kaya lang walang nangyayari. Ano kaya yung simple but effective strategies that help you grow your Facebook group to 530,000? Tama ba tong number ko?
Yes, yes.
530,000 members. Wow! Facebook group. That means talagang napaka-active nila. Can you share with us? Because also, I'd like to be able to build a community. In fact, starting April, I'd like to start a community and I'd like to learn from you. Paano ginagawa yun? Anong strategy?
Mami Eno, gusto ko lang bigyan ng disclaimer ang lahat. I'm an undergrad po pala. And at the same time, unlike other business owners or experts, nabibigyan kayo ng sandamutak na mga business concepts. Sa akin po kasi is kung ano yung personal kong na-experience. Okay? So, gusto ko lang i-share sa inyo no, na based on my observation sa naging journey ko in terms of pag-scale, pag-expand, iba-iba din siya. So, in terms of pagpapalaki ng community, it took me 8 years and at the same time, almost every day po talaga akong nag-engage no, with my community through Facebook posts and then comments, I answer messages, ulit-ulit lang po siya na ganun. And then what I would do is I would partner with different individuals as well as organizations and hindi rin po ako tumitigil no, na mag-create ng mga in-person and online na mga events as well as initiatives. So ganun po talaga yung community building. That's how you grow no your social media na presence then if you will be doing content creation naman ganyan or if you wanted to market your products as well as services kailangan talaga consistency. That's one. And then dapat sumabay palagi rin sa trend especially now na talagang sobrang bilis ng trend. And then for me naman in terms of expansion, I don't know anything about key na concepts about expansion, okay? Based on my experience, ang expansion no for me no in terms of the products as well as services that I'm offering as long as aligned siya with what you're doing or with the products na meron kayo, maganda siyang ilabas. O pwede rin kasi na mag-expand kayo hindi lang doon sa products but also with the market. So for example, with FH Moms, we started with just moms. And then nakita namin na may mga members din pala kaming mga single. So these are the women professionals, mga students who are non-moms na gustong mag-join sa FH Moms and mag-contribute as a volunteer, etc. So, ngayon naman, no, nakita namin na yung mga moms, pinapasali nila, no, yung mga anak naman nila, na mga college students, o kaya mga high school, elementary, ganyan, sa mga programs namin, and they would request to create pa more projects na dedicated for them. So, we did, no? We launched yung digital bootcamp namin for kids every summer, and then now, we're doing Gen Z na related na mga events to engage yung mga Gen Zs naman, and younger millennials. So, as you can see, talagang pinapakinggan namin yung mga audience or customers namin, and nag-organize rin kami ng job fair, no, sa Get Hired, since hindi talaga yan ginagawa ni FH Moms. So these are the expansions na ginawa namin for FH Moms, and now we have Get Hired. So yung naging go signal for me to add Get Hired, no, as part of my portfolio na companies is, ang tagal ko nang tinatrabaho si FH Moms, 8 years na. Parang it's about time for me naman din to, try another business venture, and at the same time, i-open rin yung sarili ko not just for women na market, kasi na-limit, no, yung posible kong collaboration and engagement with men as a sector and as a network, all because nakafocus naman ako masyado with women na mga engagements. So, yeah.
Wow, grabe yung journey mo, no? So, I'm picking up consistency. Hindi ko lang alam kung kaya kong gawin yung ginagawa mo when I build my community. Na ako mismo ang sasagot-sagot. Ngayon nga, nalulula na ako sa pagsasagot. Naubos na yung oras ko. No? But then, you're right. Sumabay sa trend. Kahit na ako'y matanda na, sasabay pa rin ako sa trend dahil yan ang hinahanap talaga ng negosyo natin. Okay? And the reason siguro why I really resonate with you is pareho tayo. You are an undergrad, hindi ka nakagraduate. Ako naman, teacher, hindi naman ako business course graduate. Kaya lang natuto din lang ako based on experience, maraming school bukol, maraming pagkakamali. And through all of that, nagkaroon ng konting wisdom that I would want to share, right? So, totoo yun, no? Dapat pakinggan ng audience just like what you mentioned, alright? I was wondering, you said you started as a freelancer, no, Mami MK. Tapos, nag-build ka ng community dahil wala lang, nalulungkot ka lang. But then, nag-blow up itong community na to. At what stage did you say na, oops, tama na, focus na lang ako sa community. Give up ko na tong freelancing. Have you given up your freelancing?
I'm still doing freelancing.
You're still doing? Oh,
yeah,
no.
Pero hindi na lang siya kagaya ng before na. Before kasi, imagine this, I have 2 full-time na jobs, tapos may mga part-time pa yan, may project-based pa. Ganun katindi.
Grabe.
This was during my first year. And then binabasan ko siya kasi I wanted to have more time with the family. So we started traveling. And now, I was able to manage, yung time and all that, lahat ng mga ginagawa ko. Ang meron ako ngayon is consultancy naman. So, mas nakafocus siya doon sa freelancing na ang focus ay mas pang-executive level na kind of freelancing.
Can you tell us more about that? No? Ano yung services na binibigay mo as a consultant na executive level ng freelancing?
I really like this conversation, Mami N, because hindi to madalas na tinatanong. So,
sana mag-a-apply. Kasi interesado akong mag-apply.
So, I believe makakapagbigay ito ng idea, no, sa marami in terms of the services that you can provide as an individual or as a business owner. So, in my case, for example, as a consultant, every time na merong companies or brands who will work with me, for example, they wanted to expand in the Philippines. Start muna tayo sa international. They wanted to expand in the Philippines. So, ako, since I was able to grow my network, and again, based sa background ko, wala po akong kilalang malalaking tao. Ang ginawa ko po is sumali lang rin ako sa iba't ibang mga training programs, incubators, accelerators for me to meet these people. Yun yung ginawa ko for the longest time. So, dahil ang dami ko nang na-meet, every time na meron akong client na gusto niyang mag-expand sa Philippines, gusto niyang may ma-meet na ganitong tao or ganitong brand, i-connect ko siya. And then, kapag naman meron siyang gustong ipapromote, I can do that because of the network na na-build ko, ganyan. And then, kung meron siyang gustong ipabuild, kasi nasa marketing ako na side ng consultancy. So, kung gustong magpa-billboard, gustong magpa-media, and all that, magagawa ko yun lahat for that client o kaya maayos yung social media. And then, magbubuo lang ako ng team, no, so that mapagtulungan namin kasama ng team yung mga gusto niyang ipagawa. Ganon. And then, mag-a-advise rin ako sa kanya kung may mga questions siya. Meron kasing mga clients na gusto nila long-term yung engagement. Meron rin naman na one time lang o kaya once a month, dun lang sila magtatanong. So, yan, iba-iba. So, sinisingil ko rin sila, depende dun sa magiging engagement nila with me.
Yeah, so that is international. Do you
And for local, it's similar, except for local na consultancy, no, na ginagawa ko is that definitely, iba yung pricing for some reason. Iba. Especially that I wanted to work with small na mga businesses so that ma-level up rin nila yung digital nila na presence, something like that. And I also have regular na mga clients who are still local, pero considered na mga startup o na medyo medyo mabilis rin silang mag-scale, so at least they can afford my rate din na very similar with international rate, parang gano'n.
Okay, great. Ang galing, no? Actually, what I'm seeing really is talagang Mami MK is pusong-puso. When you started, I'm sure you were not thinking na ang dami mong matutulungang tao. Pero have you considered at any one point in your life na, naku, ang dami ko na palang natulungan? And at that point, na-feel mo ba na, ay, gusto ko pang tumulong ng mas madami? And how will I be able to do that? Have you ever asked that question of yourself?
Actually, may mga iba-ibang questions yung ina-ask ko sa sarili ko. If ilan pa ba yung gusto kong matulungan? Actually, hindi ko na nga nabibilang ilan yung mga natulungan. Hindi lang ako po as an individual, but collective, no? Kami as a community, kasi we have the trainers, we have the members who are there to support yung mga fellow mommies nila sa comments, sa chat. So, hindi lang po ako, no? So, kami na mga nagli-lead within the community. Gusto kong malaman hanggang saan pa yung kakayanin namin, given na ganito na siya ka-powerful, even if lahat kami na nagtatrabaho for FH Moms ay nasa bahay lang at may mga kanya-kanyang buhay, may mga kanya-kanyang trabaho, negosyo, 'di ba? So, tinatanong ko rin po 'yan sa sarili ko. And almost every day, I would get a message na nagkaroon sila ng online job, na bukod sa trabaho nila, meron rin silang sinimulang negosyo, may mga investment na rin sila. So, kung ano yung naging journey ko, kasi dito na rin po ako nakakuha ng sarili naming bahay dito sa Lipa. And then, yung 1 hectare namin na farm, na unti-unti na rin po namin dinedevelop, no? Yung mga pag-travel, lahat ng mga savings, and meron kami, no, talagang galing siya sa online job. Wala naman po talagang iba. And I'm just so happy na ganun din yung na-achieve ng iba in terms of, yan, lahat ng meron sila, and pinaka-importante, no, is yung makasama, no, yung family. I think yun yung pinaka-importante sa lahat. And ako po, no, nakikita ko kasi siya, Mami En, na hindi lang para sa mga nanay, pero para sa lahat na ng mga Pilipino, especially the next generation. Kasi my kids are still young. My son is just 10 years old, which is Gen Alpha. And then my baby girl, ayan, na pa 1-year-old pa lang. So, gusto ko, no, na talagang makapag-iwan ng something, no, for the next generation. Kasi nga, that's something na alam ko na gagawin rin ng mama ko kung nabubuhay pa siya. Kasi imagine, no, kasagsagan ng paghihirap niya sa gamutan, na ipasok niya po ako sa magandang eskwelahan. Naging scholar po ako ng science high school dito sa Taguig. So, na-secure niya yung education ko, kahit na medyo nakakaiyak yung part na yun, kahit na ganun yung sitwasyon niya. So, ganun ko din gustong gawin yung mga bagay-bagay in terms of my family. I wanted to secure, no, yung pamilya ko, especially the kids.
Yeah. So, what I'm learning from you, Mami MK, is that securing the future of our kids is just like what your mom did, is hindi yung parang magkaroon ng maraming pera, maraming properties na ipamana sa kanila, kundi i-secure yung kanilang education. Because yung educational opportunities, yun ang talagang hindi nila pwedeng maiwala or maipamigay o nakawin ng ibang mga tao. Tama?
Exactly.
Yeah, wow. Very inspiring. So, Mami MK, at this point, we're halfway, supposed to be. If this is only a 1-hour interview, more than halfway na tayo. So, maybe it's time na mag-break tayo sandali for a photo ops. And balik tayo sa usapan natin, yung conversation natin with Mami MK. Si Mami MK, ang kanyang iniisip ay yung next generation, which is for me very heartwarming dahil yung ibang mga nandito sa kapaligiran natin, walang inaatupag kundi yung mga away-away ng mga politiko. In fact, meron nang pumapasok-asok sa ating Facebook, nagjo-join sa Facebook Live natin, pero yung pala gusto lang mag-post tungkol sa kanilang mga kandidato, na tayo hindi na natin iniisip yung mga away-away na yan, na politics na yan, di ba? Ang talagang i-focus na lang natin talaga is yung ang ating mga family at makatulong tayo sa ating mga kapwa, dahil if we can secure the future of our fellow Filipinos by means of education, by means of giving them jobs, by means of giving them business opportunities, napakalaking tulong sa bansa natin. Instead na mag-discussion tayo at mag-away-away mag-away tayo tungkol sa kung sino yung gusto mong politician or the other one, di ba? So I really am very touched by your presence, by who you are, Mami MK. So, yung ibang mga tao, tayong mga Pinoy, takot na takot tayo dahil hindi naman talaga tayo country of entrepreneurs, no? So, only a few are blessed to have parents like you na talagang entrepreneurial sila, kahit na small businesses lang. Dahil kung nag-uumpisa tayo as entrepreneurs, the next generation will be better entrepreneurs at better ng better in every generation, di ba? Dahil meron silang nasusunod eh. Pero kung hindi tayo entrepreneur, magulang natin hindi entrepreneur, one thing we can do is we can start entrepreneurship in our generation. Para yung mga anak natin, merong masundan, alright? And they can even be better. So, yung mga nag-uumpisa pa lang, alright, they're worried about investing money, especially yung money that they don't have. Paano yun? Wala kaming pera, no? So, I would like to ask you, Mami MK, how did you start monetizing FH Moms? Pero, at the same time, alam mo na meron ding mga community members na hindi din afford yung makapagbayad. How did you start it? Ano yung mindset? Ano yung paniniwala mo? At ano yung mga practices mo to keep it that way?
Ako, Mami N, since sobrang bata ko nga nagsimula, I feel na lahat ng ginagawa ko is nasa trial na period. Pinag-aaralan ko siya palagi. Pero funny thing is, even up to now na parang feeling ng iba, na-figure out ko na lahat, palagi pa rin akong nagtatry ng kung ano-ano. And in terms of jobs, businesses, and other revenue stream, nagtatry pa rin ako ng nagtatry. So, kanina na-mention natin sa FH Moms na we are earning from the courses, the advertisements, and then we have the merch pa, for example, and then yung recruitment for Get Hired. And then, on a personal level, meron din ako. So, if you're familiar with content creation, the way we earn is through ads, and then if we work naman with brands, so ako, sometimes brands would get me as a host. Siguro yung mga ibang content creators, nag-earn na sila ng malaki through that. Pero kasi ako, I still charge, sa mga brands who wanted to work with me for a particular na campaign. So, either I get products from them or cash, ganyan, or mag-host ako ng particular na live nila or live selling, kung ano man yan. I earn through that, and then I also earn from affiliate marketing. So, if you're not familiar with affiliate marketing, basically, kung may mga nakita kayong links dyan ng L or ng S na apps, ayan, yung blue app and orange app, yun yung affiliate marketing wherein pwede kayo mag-earn ng commission every time na merong bibili through your link. So, I earn from that. Iba pa yung mga usual na investments, pero kasi ako mas nandun ako sa traditional side of investment at saka itong mga online na mga businesses natin. So, very careful ako in terms of putting my money in, all because sobrang daming scam. I think yun. So, aggressive ako when it comes to trying so many things, especially with business, ganyan. Pero, I wanted to be careful then because ang daming ang mga masasamang loob na nandiyan.
Yeah, talking about scams, Mami MK, maganda na you started to talk about scams. Yung iba hindi mukhang scam eh. Kaya lang i-offer, ginagawa na kasi nila sa akin yan ngayon. They would offer na, Mami N, how much will you be charging if you will endorse this product? Kaya, imbitahin kami sa Facebook Live mo, how much will you charge? May mga ganon. May mga taong ayokong imbitahin kasi feel ko, hindi naman ako naniniwala sa products nila. Bakit po sila imbitahin? How do you decide on matters like that?
Meron akong mga products na na-align ko na siya with my values. Tapos ito rin yung mga categories na hindi ko kayang mai-recommend because of those values nga na na-mention ko. So may nakaset na ako na parang rules in terms of accepting products, services, or endorsements. So yeah. So it's important na pag-isipan nyo what are your non-negotiables. Thank you, Janice, And at the same time, ma-identify nyo rin kung hanggang saan lang yung kaya nyong i-offer. Especially if you're like me, na very much open with different products and services na pwede nyong i-offer. Again, kasi the community is so big. In my case, sa FH Moms, we have 530,000 members. And I don't want to limit it naman to just very few na products. So, what I would do, is I would explore offering wide na options for them na hindi lang ako, pero included, yung mga partners namin, sponsors, and yung mga clients. Ayan. So, very important siguro, tama si Mami En, na mag-ingat because ayaw nating ma-associate doon sa mga companies na yon or sa mga products na yon na, for example, illegal o kaya medyo sketchy o kaya, alam mo yon, may mga previous silang mga issues, ganyan. So, I think yun yung mga dapat natin. Ayoko lang magbigay ng specific na categories pero I feel na alam na nila yon, Mami En.
Right. Thank you so much. No, that is a very good guide for me as well, especially after I just came from some meetings earlier. Okay, so na-mention mo yung napakadaming members ng grupo mo. Marami akong nakausap na nagkaroon ng community. Tapos eventually nag-away-away sila. Kasi parang pumasok na yung greed, pumasok na yung inggit, pumasok na yung mga politika. How do you control it? How do you handle all of these things? And mind you, yung kanilang mga communities ay not even as big as yours, not even 1/10 as big as yours. Pero andun na lahat ng gulo-gulo. Tapos ipapalaki mo ng ganong karami. Paano mo ina-handle yan?
I don't know, maybe because nga mag-isa lang ako. I'm nothing against organizations na may mga multiple na founders and all that. I just feel na mas easier siya if you were the sole decision maker. And kung hindi naman ikaw yung bukod tanging magdidesisyon sa mga bagay-bagay, it's important na mapili natin ng maigi yung magiging business partners natin or co-founders, ganyan. Kasi makakasama niya sila sa lahat from building to making decisions. So, para mag-succeed kayo, kailangan may isa kayong sinusundan. So, kadalasan naman ng mga nag-aaway, it's all because bigla silang nag-iba na ng values or hindi na sila aligned with where they wanted to go, no? O kaya yung biggest why nila, nakalimutan na nila. So, ako, no, in my case sa FH Moms, ang dami ko nang nakasama na iba-ibang mga team members, iba-ibang mga trainers, may mga kanya-kanya na rin ginagawa, yung mga umalis na and all that. And okay lang yun. Kasi nag-iiba-iba nga yung gusto ng tao, may mga hinahanap silang iba, may gusto silang simulan na iba. So, ang mahirap when you start a business is tao talaga. I think from all the interviews na ginawa ni Mami En, laging tao yung problema. So, if you will be starting something, siguro ako, I would recommend na simulan nyo muna siya on your own. And then from there, tsaka kayo, huwag na madaliin, no, yung paghahanap ng makakatulong nyo ng mga tao, either employees yan, co-founders, or anything. Ito rin yung madalas kong naririnig sa ibang mga naging mentors ko, ayan, na hindi dapat minamadali. So, ako, ang naging strategy ko for any partnership to work is mag-try muna tayong gumawa ng maliit na project bago tayo mag-sign sa isang malaking usapan. Ganon. So, medyo nalilesen yung pasok, alam mo yun? I don't know. Siguro yung iba hindi nila ginagawa yun. Pero ako kasi napansin ko na mas maganda yun versus dun sa mga ginawa kong transactions na porket nagandahan ako or ang galing-galing niya magsalita, sumali na ako and all that. Tapos, yun, wala rin. Sayang. Nag-end din siya. So, mas okay na yung kayo lang muna, family niyo muna, and then tsaka nyo na lang palakihin eventually kapag mas na-establish nyo na yung mga bagay-bagay. Kasi if you don't have the policies in place, in my case, for example, I'm a different entrepreneur kasi. Kahit hindi pa ako ganun ka-ready or kahit hindi pa napapolish yung products or services, nilo-launch ko na siya. I'm not sure, Mami En, kung may tawag doon. Pero ayoko nang masyado siyang pinapatagal. Gusto ko siya i-improve along the way. Pero, yun nga, because of that, mas easier for me to launch something, no? And I don't need so many people for me to launch that. I only need a small team for me to be able to proceed with whatever I wanted to do. And then, saka na lang ako mag-o-onboard ng ibang mga tao na kailangan ko versus yung ang dami-dami natin masyado tas konti lang yung nagagawa. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Baka iba yung sa inyo.
Ang galing.
Tama si Imelda. Mahirap din to work with family and relatives. Yes po. Pili lang din yung mga family and friends ko na kinukuha as part of the team.
Right. Thank you so much for that. Again, as I mentioned, I've been learning a lot kanina. Kaya ko nga ginagawa tong Facebook Live na to para makaimbita ako ng mga magagaling na tao at matuto sa kanila. Kaya join us sa mga future lives because you will be learning a lot from my guests. Okay? So, like your team, how many are they now? Yung pinaka-core team mo?
Kami ngayon ay 5 na lang. All because we wanted to maximize AI and automation, no? And we wanted to encourage more leaders to start different projects, no, as well as companies that they can help or where they can support FH Moms as an ecosystem. So, ganun siya nag-work. For example, we have moms who are agency owners. So, instead of us coming up with so many recruitment arm, ganyan, what we did is we collaborated with agencies companies, no, who can provide different services for different clients, no. So, ganun namin siya sinet up. So, medyo kakaiba siyang setup compared to other companies. Pero as a remote company, mas nag-work siya for us. Another example is we have a sub-community for moms who are bazaristas. So, every time nakakailanganin namin ng bazarista or yung magbo-booth o kaya mga suppliers. And then we also have another group naman for creators and influencers. So, pag kailangan namin siya for a particular na project, may itatap lang kami ng mabilis. So, yung core team members namin, though maliit lang, pero yung pool of experts na pwede naming itap anytime as well as partners, yun yung malaki. And then, now we have AI as well as automated na system so that mas maging organized pa kami.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's what I'm hearing from you is really empowerment, na hindi yung lahat gusto mong sakupin at lahat ay gusto mo ikaw lang ang kikita, no? So you're really empowering groups of mommies in order to be able na for them to stand alone, to have their own business at the same time nagkaka-collaborate kayo. I'm seeing that is the trend actually lately. Ang daming organizations na nagpipivot towards that. And I'm glad to hear that you're one of them as well. So it means talagang nagwo-work yung business model na yun. Okay, great. So ewan ko kung itong next question ko is about introverted business owners eh. Kasi hindi ka naman introvert.
Extrovert ako.
Super extrovert ni Mami MK. Daling makipagkaibigan sa kanya, no? Pero nahihiya sila. Nahihiya tong mga introverts na to for self-promotion. So as someone who grew through building genuine relationships, ang galing mong mag-build ng relationships, ano yung pwede mong i-advise? I'm sure meron kang mga mini-mentor na introverts din. Ano yung nag-work sa kanila?
My virtual assistant, Gino, is based in Davao, is actually an introvert. And they have a lot of friends who are introverts. And walang masama, no, sa pagiging introvert. I'd like to commend all my introvert friends, no, and sa inyo din. Because iba rin kayo when it comes to your hustle. So, grabe yung focus and you wanted na maayos palagi yung mga tinatrabaho nyo. Hindi lang panay salita kasi hindi nyo nga yun gusto, diba? So, what I like about introverted na mga entrepreneurs is that alam nila yung strength nila. What you can do as an introverted entrepreneur is to work with extroverts. Okay? So, paano nyo gagawin yan? Kasi the extroverts, mani-mani lang sa amin na mag-refer, mag-recommend, o kaya bumoses para sa inyo. So, if you have kahit one lang na extrovert na friend, PM niya siya, sabihin niyo, I'm actually launching this business, ganyan-ganyan. Can you at least help me? O kaya, maybe you can share it with your few friends, ganyan-ganyan. Kung halimbawang mag-hire naman kayo ng tao, no? Kasi ayaw nyong maging face ng brand, ayaw nyong umattend ng meeting, o kaya kung kaya nyo siyang gawin pero very limited lang, hire someone who can do those things for you na ayaw nyong gawin. Kasi kahit kami ng extrovert, may mga bagay rin kami ayaw naman na rin namin gawin. Ganyan. So, it's the same. If for you to survive, no, itong business game, remember na you can always delegate and then you can always choose your network or your circle so that maging advantage din para sa inyo. Kasi kapag panay introvert naman yung sasalihan nyo o kaya ang sasamahan yung circle is hindi mga nagnenegosyo, example lang, mahirapan kayo mag-step up, okay? So, make sure din na iba-iba yung mga sinasamahan natin, no? In my case kasi, mini-make sure ko na iba-iba talaga yung sinasamahan kong circle, hindi lang sa business. May mga friends din ako sa showbiz, sa kung saan-saan, no? May mga friends ako na para lang sa social entrepreneurship yung ginagawa nila. Yung iba naman nasa ganito-ganyang linya, no? Kasi nga, kailangan ko no? As a business person, to grow my network. And I don't really mind working with an introvert na person or kung mas extrovert pa siya sa akin.
Yeah, thank you, no? That's very helpful, no? First of all, sa ating mga introvert, know your strength. May strength tayo! Actually, being an introvert is a strength. Hindi lang natin alam yon, no? But then we also need extroverts. Actually, no, sa mga introverts sinasabi ko, usually opposites attract and therefore, the nearest extrovert is your partner, your life partner. Kasi opposites attract. Ewan ko yung partner mo, Mami MK, kung introvert ba siya, no? But for my case, yung husband ko ay extrovert. Talagang mahilig na makipag-friends, makipagkaibigan. Okay? So, try to find these people in your life. And, humingi ng tulong. Wag mahiya, humingi ng tulong. Because extroverts love helping people. Yan. So, napaka-helpful to sa ating mga shy entrepreneurs. Okay. Ito naman, shift tayo, no? Tungkol sa accelerator programs na na-mention mo kanina, yung mga iba-ibang mga groups na sinasalihan mo. I saw in your your bio that you have participated in an accelerator program like yung AIM na Dado Banatao and Facebook Accelerator, no? So, ano yung mga key lessons about business growth na natutunan mo doon na pwede mong i-share sa amin na tulad namin na hindi kami maka-join sa mga prestigious programs na yon? What are the things that really helped you?
Before I answer that, Mami Eno, I just wanted to thank you and the team, ayan, yung admin team behind your show because sobrang dalang lang na itanong sa akin to. Pero gustong-gusto ko siyang sagutin all because wala masyadong nakakaalam gaano ko siya pinaghirapan gawin. So, itong mga accelerator programs, incubators, and all that, it's not common in the Philippines. I mean, we have those, except hindi siya alam ng mga tao na nag-e-exist. So, we are familiar with a lot of paid na mga training programs and events, ganyan-ganyan. We also have entrepreneurship programs na ginagawa ng DTI, ng Go Negosyo, and all that, which you're a part of, no? So, etong mga incubators na to, ano ba tong mga to? So, if you are familiar with Shark Tank, for example, Shark Tank, we have similar program here in the Philippines. It's called The Final Pitch. I joined that. It is not an accelerator, pero it's a show where magpipitch ka. And then, magpipitch ka ng business mo sa mga investors. And then, yung accelerator naman at saka incubator, almost the same. Iba-iba rin yung timeline niya. So, merong over the weekend lang, merong 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, iba-iba. Pero meron niyang mga learning sessions, basically training, and then merong, depende kung merong one-on-one na mentorship, group na mentorship, pero yung organizer, sila yung maghahanap ng mga key person, no, para mabuo yung program. Iba-iba yung naging experiences ko kasi halos lahat sinalihan ko. Pero ang nagbukas sa akin nitong ganitong opportunity ay nung college, yung pinasukan kong international school as a scholar. Doon nag-host yung Startup Weekend Manila. I'm no longer sure kung nag-e-exist pa sila. Pero ano siya, parang hackathon naman yung style niya. So meron kayong business idea na bubuuin over the weekend tapos ipe-present niya siya. So may mga sinalihan akong accelerator sa AIM, Dado Banatao. Sa Facebook, yan, meron din sila. Sobrang naging solid kasi meron akong nakuha na mga cash na prizes as well as grants from these organizers. And then iba pa yung ina-applyan ko na mga grants. So usually ito namang grants or yung free money na pwede kong magamit for different projects, no? O kaya improvement ng business, ina-applyan ko naman yon sa UNDP, USAID at iba pang mga organizations or foundations, no? So itong mga time na to na active akong naghahanap ng mga programs. Merong time na almost every day for 2 months, almost every day ako uma-attend ng mga networking events, ng mga pitching competitions, ng mga accelerator na to. Kasi wala akong mentor wala akong kakilala, hindi ko alam paano yung gagawin ko next in terms of the business side. Kasi nga, sa FH Moms, na-register ko na siya as sole prop, tapos naging SEC-registered company pa siya. So, nagiging totoong business na siya and company. Hindi ko alam kung paano, kasi technically, si FH Moms yung first na registered business ko. Ang dami palang kailangan asikasuhin, which I believe is alam niya na. Pero for someone like me na bata pa, during that time, hindi ko talaga alam anong uunahin ko. So, yung mga programs na yun, yung nag-provide sa akin ng mga free na mentors, free access sa ganito ganyang establishment o kaya government agency. Tapos, sila rin yung magko-connect sa akin sa mga investors. So, nakapag-pitch ako and all that. So, yun yung pakinabang ng mga pinagsasalihan ko. And ang pinaka-bongga doon ay yung network. Kasi lahat ng mga sinalihan ko may group chat. Every time na meron akong needed na ganitong tao, na ganitong product, doon ko na nakukuha. So, hindi na mahirap para sa akin na maghanap ng mga bagay-bagay.
Wow, ang galing, no? So, mga anak na nanonood ngayon yung mga namomroblema sa walang puhunan, walang idea, walang mentor, no? Be on the watch out, no? Learn from Mommy MK. Sabi niya, accelerator, incubators. When you see those words na hindi natin naintindihan, i-google na lang natin. Okay? May mga startup weekend. Alam ko may isang organization na startup din ang pangalan, no? Etong mga hackathons, kala ko pang IT lang to. Hindi lang pala to pang IT ang mga hackathons, no? Mga foundations, networking events, pitching. Kapalan natin yung mukha natin, mga shy people like me. Kasi ang inspiration natin, ang motivation natin ay doon tayo makakuha ng cash prizes, grants, free money daw. Who doesn't like free money? Kung meron tayong mga projects at meron tayong naiisip na business improvement, ang pinaka-importante, doon tayo makakuha ng mentors because real mentors are not cheap. Alright? Medyo mahal ang bayad sa mga mentors pero meron magkakaroon tayo ng free access sa mentors, government government agencies. Totoo yun, tulad ng DTI, ng DOST, ang dami pang mga government agencies na hinahanap nila tayo. Marami silang hinahanap na gustong tulungan, walang lumalapit sa kanila. Kaya kung minsan kung sino-sino na lang nilalagay nila doon. But if we can present ourselves there, we can find group chats and people to network with. Yan. That's very valuable, Mami MK, and that's very beautiful. So ito naman ang tanong. For those who would want to follow yung similar path of growing their business, just like you, ano yung step 1? Ano yung practical action step na step 1 na pwede nilang gawin na dito sa linggong ito na para hindi nila kailangan ng puhunan? Ano yung una nilang dapat na gawin?
That's a good question. So whenever I onboard clients as well as companies for a new business na gusto nilang gawin o kaya new brand na gusto nilang ilabas, what I would do is I would encourage them for us to launch a survey or a poll inside the community. So in your case, what you can do is to do your market research muna within your community or within your network. Pero kung gagawin natin siya or kung involve ako ganyan, ang ginagawa ko is gagawa ko ng survey asking kung yung mga plano ba niya, for example, it's product na gusto niyang i-launch for women, ganyan. Let's say, siya, collagen drink, ganyan. So, pwede ako mag-ask sa community about that. Meron bang interested dito sa mga ganitong klaseng collagen drink, ganyan. So, may mga iba pang questions. That's something that you can do. Aralin muna natin ng maigi kung merong market. Kasi, mahirap po magsimula ng negosyo nang hindi natin alam kung may bibili. So, we wanted na kahit papano maging sigurista, diba? Another thing na ginagawa ko is, instead of me investing for a product na malaki agad or mahal agad, ganyan, or malaking pera yung ilalabas ko, pwede ako magpa-pre-order. May print on demand na ngayon if we're talking about printing na business. O kaya, instead of you buying equipment, may mga nagpiprint na dyan na may mga kanya-kanya ng equipment. What you can do to get started is to start launching a page, for example, which is for free. Mag-start na kayo mag-design. Tapos, kapag may nag-order, that's the time na pupunta kayo sa printing shop, for example lang. I'm just giving you ideas on how you can easily start a business without costing you so much. Kasi ako, for example, itinetrain ko na yung anak ko na magsimula siyang magbenta-benta kasi nga that's something that he wanted to do as early as now. So I wanted to support that. So pinag-iisipan ko rin kung paano. May mga nag-open rin ng resellership o kaya ng dropshipping. If you're not familiar with those terms, it's very similar except si dropshipping kasi is that si supplier o kaya yung manufacturer na supplier na din, ayan, siya na rin yung magpapack ng items papunta o i-deliver niya na rin dun sa customer. Ang gagawin mo na lang is ibebenta mo siya. So gagawa ka ng page o kung gusto mo website, ganyan. So ima-market mo siya. Magra-run ka ng ads, ganyan. So ibig sabihin pala, kung gusto mo maging negosyante talaga, ang key skill na dapat na meron ka is pagbebenta. Wala nang iba. Okay? Pagbebenta talaga. So yun dapat yung i-practice natin. Tanggalin natin yung hiya natin. Mayat-maya sa iba-ibang tao, i-practice natin silang bentahan ng kung hindi man yung hard selling na tawagin nila is pwedeng yung swabe lang, okay? Ako kasi meron akong mga products or services na hindi ko naman siya talaga products or services na nilolo-launch or in-out sa public. Pero these are the things that I know na pwede ko siyang ibenta or somewhat i-offer. Kasi kung hindi nyo man siya actual na business, pwede kasi siyang business ng mga kaibigan nyo. Tapos kukomisyon na lang kayo. Huh? Pero pa rin yun, that's still a business. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ka naglabas ng puhunan. Pero kumita ka. Imagine ha. Let me just give you an idea. In terms of yung mga commission-based lang. Because that's a business. I have this friend who is a lawyer. May firm siya. Nag-refer lang ako sa kanya ng client na kakuha na ako ng malaking komisyon. Affiliate marketer ako ng Canva. You're familiar with Canva. I'm also an ambassador. At some point, merong isang buwan na kumisyon ako doon ng 100,000. Share ko lang about it. Tapos, iba pa yung mga kung saan-saang mga pinopromote ko. So, that's just me sharing about the product or business ng iba. Wala pa akong actual products. Wala pa po akong binibentang sarili kong product. Magbebenta pa lang. Bili po kayo pag napag-desisyonan ko na anong physical product. Pero wala pa. Wala pa talaga kasi nga medyo pinag-iisipan ko ano yung pagiging physical na product ko. Kasi for the longest time, I've been selling digital products as well as services. Imagine this, These are digital products na hindi nyo naman talaga physical na nakita. Pero I can sell it. So, I feel na na if there's one skill na kailangan yung tutukan at i-master, that would be selling anything lang, anything under the sun. So if you're doing that already, be proud. Kasi yung iba sabihin nila, kung ano naman mga binibenta ko, parang lahat na lang pinapasok. Ako kasi advocate din talaga ako ng pagpasok sa mga kung ano-anong gigs kasi that's what we needed, no? Especially if you are a parent. We wanted to make sure na lahat ng mga businesses, ng mga side gigs na ginagawa natin, yung revenue niyan maipon kasi ang dami natin kailangan paggagastasan. Okay? So yan.
Right. Thank you very much for that. No? Actually, nag-umpisa din ako zero capital by starting to sell other people's product. And kung alam niyo yung kwento ko, I was a very shy teacher, kaya lang dahil sa baby, di ba tayo dahil sa ating mga anak talagang gagawin natin ang lahat. So I started to ask people, anong kailangan nyo? Yung iba sabi relos, yung iba sabi ay bigas and all. So I started to sell their products. Kaya lang walang online dati. Ngayon, dahil may online, no, nahirapan kaya akong lumapit sa mga co-teachers ko dahil nasa kanto lang ako dahil nandun ako sa isang sulok dahil nahihiya nga akong makipag-usap. Shy, no? But I was not shy inside the classroom. Siyempre, hindi ko naman bentahan yung aking mga estudyante.
Students.
But now, there's no excuse. As long as you can operate a computer, as long as you have a Facebook account, hindi na excuse ang walang pera. Dahil ang dami nating pwedeng ibenta. You can always
sobrang dami.
Ang dami. At hindi natin kailangan mag-approach ng tao para magbenta. Hindi natin kailangan tanggapin yung rejection. Post lang tayo ng post kung ano yung kagatin ng mga tao. Dati alam niyo, dahil sa dami ng tinitinda ko, ang tawag sa akin walking department stores. Pinagtatawag ako ng mga co-teachers po. So, yan, there's no excuse for us to be poor when we can go online. Kung meron tayong basic internet connection at meron tayong Facebook page, ang daming pwedeng ibenta. Yan, no? So, I love that. I love what you shared with us. Ewan ko kung napansin nyo, talagang na-excite masyado si Mami MK when she was expressing to us, sinishare niya kung ano-ano yung mga pwedeng pagkakitaan. So, yan, no? Ngayon, at ayoko nang magtanong ng marami, baka magalit na sa atin yung mga nanonood. Let's hear naman from our viewers. Ang first question ay from Elizabeth Magturo. Good PM, Mami. Paano po yung maraming ideas, business schemes parang nakakalito ba sa mga prospective clients, especially online? Ito yung nabanggit mo, Mami MK, no? Kung ano-ano yung binibenta. Paano po yung kagaya kong mahiyain pag nag-refuse nung in-offer ko, na-discourage po ako? How would you answer this, Mami MK?
Number one, no, kailangan nating tanggapin na at some point ng buhay natin, bilang isang negosyante, active tayong magte-test or magta-trial and error. Hindi po yan forever na parang sari-sari yung mga pinapasok, hindi po. Remember yung story ko, no, nung nasa office pa lang ako. Lahat nga na may brochure pinagbebenta ko Pero nagbebenta pa rin ba ako ngayon noon? Hindi na. All because na discover ko na ano yung perfect sa akin, na nakikita ko na kaya kong ibenta at gagawin ko pa rin hanggang sa tumanda ako. Okay? So, kung halimbawa kasi ako before nakakuha rin ako ng mga bashers, all because nakita nila na sobrang aggressive ko, parang ang bababa ng mga pinagbebenta ko, murang-mura compared to them. So, normal po na may magalit sa inyo, na may mainggit. Tanggapin nyo na po yan. Hindi nyo po yan makokontrol. What you can control, no, is yung mindset po natin. So, kung kayo po ay nadi-discourage, na panghihina, tayo pong mga mababait na mga negosyante, talagang madamdamin. Lalo na po kapag nagsisimula pa lang. Tayo po, no, bilang mga babae, kasi normal po na tayo ay emotional, kasi ano po yan, normal po yan sa atin. Pero it can be a strength. What I'm saying is, kung una pa lang po, pinanghihinaan tayo ng loob, kontrahin po natin, i-acknowledge natin, pero kontrahin natin. Pero you need to understand na habang tumatagal po kayo sa pagnenegosyo, kapag lumaki ng lumaki yung business nyo, mas marami pa po kayong ma-encounter na mas masasakit pa. Pwedeng bumaba yung sales sa isang buwan, pwedeng kailangan nyo magtanggal ng mga tao, po pwedeng mahirapan kayo sa ganito-ganyan. Hindi ko alam, pero marami kayong ma-experience na mabigat at kailangan nyong kayanin yun. Okay? Kasi ayaw nyo namang isara yung negosyo nyo, right? So, kailangan nyo pong paghandaan yung lahat ng mga challenges na po pwede nyong i-face. At first, pwede kayong mag-try ng iba-ibang products, iba-ibang businesses, pero dapat may goal tayo na at this point, gusto ko ma-identify ano na talaga yung ibebenta ko at magkakaroon po kayo ng sign yan. Kasi nakikita nyo na lumalakas na yung benta sa ganitong product o kaya biglang may nag-trend na pinasok nyo, nag-boom, pero kung biglang mamatay, mapag-iisipan nyo ano yung ipapalit kapalit. So, kailangan mabilis po tayo mag-isip. Dapat malakas po yung loob natin.
Yeah. Thank you for that. No? Totoo yan. No? Ako kung ano yung binenta ko, nakwento ko nga, no? Relo at mga bigas at kung ano-ano. Eventually, napunta siya sa jewelry. And when I started selling jewelry, tumuloy-tuloy na. At I was able to give up na yung ibang mga businesses. At hanggang ngayon, yung jewelry store ay yung pa rin ang naipamana ko sa aking mga anak. So, yan. I love that insight, Mami MK, na temporary lang naman yan. No? Kapalan na natin yung mukha. At saka talaga, business is difficult thing, pero so is employment naman. No, if you will stay as an employee, meron din diyang office politics, meron din diyang nalulugi yung negosyo na nag-hire sa inyo, no? Meron din diyang mga intriga, ganun din. Would you rather na you sacrifice or you suffer all the intriga, all the negative feedback, negative news, tapos maliit pa yung kinikita ninyo, or magkaroon ka ng basher pero kumikita ka naman ng mas malaki kaysa sa kanila, di ba? So, yun lang yun. It's just perspective. Okay, si Janice, I don't know, I think you know Janice de la Cruz, our friend. No? Hello daw, Mami MK. Sabi niya, I'm sure with the network community you have built, your kids will have good people to look after them. Yan. Totoo yan. Good karma masyado, no? Okay. So, a question from Facebook naman, from M and M Ice Cream. Hi po, Mami and Mami MK. How do you determine the rate to charge your clients when you do consultancy work or projects? Is it based on your daily rate, hourly, type of work, or research done? Thank you daw in advance.
Napakagandang question yan kasi it's all about money. Ako po ay hindi magaling sa math, aaminin ko po yan, no? Ang napansin ko po, no, na nagawa ko at ginagawa ng iba is nagsisimula muna silang aralin kung ano yung common na sinacharge ng mga tao. Kailangan kasi natin ng baseline eh. So, ito na po ay pangkalahatan, no? Either products, services, or consultancy, no? Titingnan niyo muna magkano yung pinapresyo ng iba, kung paano nila in-offer, magkano, ganyan. Nagpa-package ba sila? Ganyan. So, if it's online job that we're talking about, makikita niyo yan sa mga job sites. Yung iba't ibang rates ng mga tao. Okay? Kung gusto niyo, ilista niyo pa lahat, tapos tsaka niyo i-compute ano yung standard na rate. Kasi mahirap maghanap ng standard na rate. Especially if business naman. Pag nag-check kayo sa mga e-commerce na apps, makita niyo naman yan ano yung common. Hindi na para ilayo niyo doon. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, aaralin natin yan. Kung halimbawang na-identify niyo na yon, pero parang hindi siya ganun ka ina-accept, no, ng customers nyo, ganyan. Pwede nyo siyang unti-untiing aralin alin yung pinaka-saswak. So, again, hindi nga po ako eksperto, no? Pero the way I did it is, nagtatry muna ako ng mababa. Bawa, may mga products or services ako na sisimulan ko siya ng, ano po to, random kasi ang hirap ng, ano. So, for example, mag-start ako, i-offer ko siya 500 pesos. Tapos, sa susunod, dadagdagan siya ng konti, gagawin ko na siyang 1,000. Tapos, kapag mas napabongga ko pa, gagawin ko pa siyang 1,500. Tapos, may mga packages naman ako. Kasi nga, iba-iba po. Sobrang ang hirap magbigay ng specific na example. Meron akong ginagawang packages, especially if it's an offering, no, sa mga big na clients. Ganyan. Package 1, ito yung kasama. Package 2, lahatan na. Package 3, bahala si client kung gusto niyang ipa-customize. Something like that. Tapos, iba-iba yung presyo nun. So, ayan. Medyo tricky, pero it's important na kung ano man mapagdesisyonan yung maging rate, mapa-online job, businessman yan, remember na kailangan nyo siyang ibangga doon sa, if it's service, kailangan nyo siyang ibangga doon sa effort nyo at saka sa expertise nyo. If it's products naman, remember na may mga cost yan. Yung production cost, kung nagre-renta man kayo overall, ng mga kung ano-anong mga expenses, ganyan. Dapat hindi tayo lugi. Kaya importante na inaaral ng maigi tong sa costing natin. Ano po, at best, kung afford nyo na is meron kayong accountant. Kasi yun yung mas makakapag, hindi po kasi lahat ng business owners magaling rin sa math. So, I can totally relate. So, kailangan ng someone who will help you with your finances. Kasi we wanted na separate yung personal tsaka business natin na accounts.
Yan. Thank you for that. So, sana nakatulong. Sana nasagot yung question ninyo. Okay.
Meron pa pala, Mami, and I'm not sure kasi since tech advocate nga ako, no, I'm using ChatGPT and other AI tools to identify yung mga pwede kong i-charge sa iba't ibang clients. Kasi nga, ang dami kong binibenta, ang dami kong ino-offer. Tapos yung mga client ko may maliit, may mga sobrang laki naman, may mga gusto silang gawin na ganun. So, sobrang nasanay ako dun sa may mga gusto magpa-customize, yung iba naman naka-fix, ganyan. So, ang ginagawa ko is nagpapatulong ako with ChatGPT. So in terms of rates, if you're not familiar with how ChatGPT works, i-check nyo na po and subukan nyo kung paano kayo matutulungan ng ChatGPT to design your salary rate or your pricing.
Yes. Laking tulong ng AI ngayon sa lahat ng businesses. Kaya huwag niyong kakalimutan yon. A lot of times, no, ngayon, pag nagtatanong sa akin yung mga coaching clients ko, sinasabi ko sa kanila, eto sagot ni eto sagot ni Gemini, eto sagot ni ChatGPT. Nagugulat sila. Parang mind is, you don't have to ask me sometimes, no, because marami ng mga sagot dyan online. Hindi tulad ng Google na pipili ka pa kung alin yung babasahin mo. With that, nandun na kaagad. No? Yung tatanong mo, nandun na kaagad. Okay, so ang question dito, I will lump these two together from Miss Emelita Ravelo and from Imelda. No? So Imelda is also talking about being a food buyer. So how easy is it to join your organization, Mami MK? Dahil si Emelita Ravelo ay isang professional customs broker daw, makakatulong daw siya sa importation. Tapos si Miss Imelda naman ay nagtrabaho as a food buyer. So madali lang bang mag-join sa iyong organization?
Yes. It's so easy to join. All you have to do is just join the Facebook group. So punta lang kayo sa Filipina Home-Based Moms and then pwede nyo nang i-like yung page and then mag-join sa group. Walang fee, so it's free to join. May mga programs kami such as the course and then the apprenticeship na paid. Pero that's for you to get an online job, hindi mag-start ng business. Kasi the programs that we have in terms of entrepreneurship is meron kaming upcoming na event which is Entrepinay. It's a conference and then pwede rin kayo mag-booth, pwede rin kayo mag-partner, pwede kayo magbenta, no, as a merchant. So, mga ganong engagement yung po pwede nating gawin, no, yung collaboration, ika nga. So, ako po ay very approachable. Pag nakita nyo po ako sa grocery, pwede nyo po akong i-approach. Pwede nyo rin po akong tawagan, i-message. I'll try my best to reply, no, kasi alam ko po na ang pinaprioritize ko po is yung talagang gigil na magsimula, gigil na magpatulong, kasi nakikita ko po yung sarili ko sa inyo na ang kailangan nyo lang rin is extra push, no? Especially if you're just starting and you wanted to launch something and introduce it to the world. So, kailangan nyo lang ng someone na magtitiwala sa inyo. And nandito ako, si Mami N, no? Na naniniwala na kaya nyo din.
Yeah, and if I will qualify, I will also apply as a speaker doon sa
Yes, yay! I actually sent an invitation. I'm so happy to get a confirmation, Mami N. I love you talaga, bongga.
Nabasa ko lang kanina, sabi ko bakit kaya hindi ako iniimbita ni Mami MK?
Pero baka na-miss ko lang. Pero sa isip ko, in-invite na kita eh.
Sige. Okay.
Alam mo naman.
Parang qualified kasi ako dun sa isa doon. Nabasa ko. Okay. So, totoo yun, So, here, ako, I met Mami MK. Sabi ko nga, totoong tao si Mami MK. Hindi siya yung mga tulad nung iba na kala mo kung sino na, influencer. Yan. Si Irene pala, sabi niya, I've been following Mami MK for a long time na. Lagi niyang nire-remind sa community namin na we should always foster respect and help each other. Mami MK is humble. Kaya maganda and peaceful ang community she started. I think this was posted when I asked the question na wala bang away-away dyan? Kasi yung iba nagkakanda watak-watak dahil sa away-away. Ito, paano po ba mag-dropshipping? Madali lang ba siya? What would be the first step if they want to learn how to do shipping?
So, you really need to learn, no, how dropshipping works, and hindi natin siya madidiscuss dito kasi iba-iba yung format niya. So, just to run through lang, no. May mga dropshipping companies kasi na ang gagawin nila is meron na silang naka-ready na system. So, ibig sabihin, ang gagawin mo na lang is magbebenta ka without the actual products or stocks na nasa iyo. Kasi, gano'n naman talaga. Pero it will require you to pay for a subscription na fee. Meron naman na, for example, small brand sila, open sila to dropshipping, tapos po pwede rin ipa-rebrand yung product, tapos ibebenta mo, sila pa rin yung magpapadala. So, pag may mga nakita ka, no, na mga dropshipping na opportunities, i-check mo kasi medyo marami na ring scam. Pero ang common is ayon, yung merong subscription fee, all because yung system is sa kanila. Yung isa naman is or physical na mga products, ganyan. Ang i-offer nila sa'yo is for you to be able to start selling yung brand or yung sarili mong brand and pay for the stocks. Kahit wala yun sa warehouse mo or sa bahay mo, ganyan. Pero the point of dropshipping is for you to start selling and to start a business business without the actual na inventory, no, sa bahay mo. Okay? So, ganun siya. Mahirap ba siya? Yes, kasi magsisimula ka pa rin mag-conceptualize, magma-market ka pa din. Pero I feel na it's easier to start all because you don't have to think of the logistics part. I personally don't like the packing, the sending, and the checking of ganyan. Kasi nga, nasanay ako with online. Pero this is something na I feel interesting all because nakikita ko na pwede ko naman siyang i-outsource with other people. And then I have a friend who's into dropshipping na business din. So siya yung, ang tawag nila ay fulfillment. So yung fulfillment is, ayan, sila yung maghahanap ng products for you. Mag-check sila sa Divisoria for example, o kaya sa online, ganyan. Sila yung maghahanap ng supplier. And then sila pa rin yung magpapack at saka magpapadala, ganyan. Tapos kukuha na lang sila ng percentage from your revenue. So sila ay isang fulfillment as a service. So medyo madaming mga, ano mo yan, terms and concept. Pero it's very interesting na matutunan rin yung dropshipping. Maganda siyang starting point versus kapag ikaw na talaga yung mag-i-stock ng mga items mo, 'di ba? So, okay siya for me.
No, so again, pagbebenta 'yan, no? So I totally agree with Mami MK. No, hindi mo kailangan bumili ng products, hindi mo kailangan ng bodega, hindi mo kailangan ng tao na magbabalot at magpapadala. Masyadong stressful 'yan at daming trabaho. Okay? All you need to do is to sell and then to know somebody who wants to sell. So sell for them. At kung meron na, kung okay na, di bibigay mo na lang yung pangalan and all of those details at sila na yung magpapadala. So that's basically dropshipping. And it's similar to affiliate marketing. Parang ganun din, no? Magbebenta ka tapos ang ibebenta mo yung product ng ibang tao. So ang tanong dito ni Katya, sabi niya, profitable pa rin ba kung magsisimula pa lang siya sa affiliate marketing? Ano ba ang kailangan, Mami MK, para maging profitable ka sa affiliate marketing? Do you need a big list? Do you need many, many friends? How does it work?
So, dalawa rin siya na path, I believe, no? Based on my observation. Kasi ako is, may malaki na akong community. That's why when I do affiliate marketing, meron akong sure nakita. But then again, not everyone will start that way. What I'm saying is, kung kayo ay walang following at magsisimula kayo from scratch, what you can do is habulin siya sa strategy. What you can do is to start a page, You can start posting and you can start to grow your page. Another thing is pwede kayo mag-run ng ads, especially kapag nakikita niyang nagpipick yung product na yun or yung post na yun. And then, yung mas mano-mano pa is to join different communities or groups, and then kung saan kayo po pwedeng mag-recommend ng product link nyo doon nyo siya isingit. So, mano-mano siya, ba? And yung pag-offer sa mga family and friends or inner na circle nyo, that's one thing.
Thank you for that. So, there's always a start. Kaya mahirap pag-umpisa, pero you build up the community, you build up the network, then mas madaling maging affiliate marketer. I'm also an affiliate marketer of some products that I believe in. Hindi lang basta kung bumenta ay okay na, no? Like for example, skincare. Tatry nyo muna kung nagwo-work yung skincare na yan, hindi lang basta-basta, di ba? So yun, no? Ito magandang question kay Janice, kaibigan natin si Janice. Sabi niya, how do you manage your time and energy, Mami MK? What habits keep you on track to your goals?
Yan, I'll give you a practical answer, as a mother myself. Delegation is a key para makapag-manage kayo ng time nyo at saka ng energy nyo. In my case, this is just me letting you know na I'm not doing this alone. Sa bahay, yung tutor ni Monkey, yung anak kong 10 years old, ginawa ko na rin siyang admin. And then we have 2 other helpers dito sa bahay, who's helping us with household and other stuff. And then the husband is helping me a lot with work as well as business. And then sa farm namin, we have farm hand. My sister is also there. And then sa FH Moms, we have a team. Sa Get Hired, we have a team. And then I recently joined pala, akalaan nyo na dagdagan ko pa, the Bibong Pinay Company as a marketing head. And recently, pre-promote nila ako to COO. So, I'm doing the operations now. May sarili rin na team doon. So, sobrang helpful, nang may maayos kayo na system for delegation. Hindi natin dapat sinasarili lahat. Ang sakit kasi ng mga entrepreneurs is yung meron tayong trust issue. Gusto natin na hands-on tayo sa lahat. Akuin natin lahat. Pero once na ma-discover nyo yan kung paano makapag-delegate ng maayos and mag-trust sa mga team members natin, mas mapapadali po ang buhay natin. how do I manage pa my time? Heavy ako when it comes to usage ng Google Calendar. As much as I want to yung mga sulat-sulat, ganyan. Most of the time, I use my phone. Doon ko siya tinitake note kasi I'm still breastfeeding. So most of the time, nakahiga kami ni baby at ngayon lang ako pag naka-laptop, no, naka-tutok and all sa laptop or desktop. Actually, I don't use desktop na. It's my husband who uses desktop. Laptop talaga ako kasi nga minsan mag-work ako sa baba to be with my son habang nag-TV siya or nagpo-phone or nagbaband kami as a family. And then, heavy rin ako when it comes to planning all the activities for my family. It's me and my husband who does that. So, ipaplano namin, for example, yung buong travel namin for the year. Ano yung mga activities na gusto namin magkakasama kami o kaya date namin na mag-asawa. So, planning din talaga. And then, energy naman. So, ako, I'm not really a fan of drinking so many vitamins, ganyan-ganyan. Actually, nagko-coffee ako. It's malunggay naman na coffee. Kasi usually tinatanong niya, I don't know. Pero ako kasi, what I would do, no, is I stay away from stress. I stay away from negativities. Though hindi siya maiiwasan, pero I manage it. Minamanage namin siya as a family. Pati nung asawa ko. Minamanage namin yung mga posibleng mag-cause sa amin ng stress. Tapos, I do what makes me happy. I meet my friends and then I would go out pa rin and travel, ganyan-ganyan. Magpapamassage ako. Kung ano-ano yung mga ginagawa ko na iba-iba para lang ma-fulfill ko yon, yung kagustuhan ko na maging happy and ma-keep yung energy ko kasi nga kailangan ko for the business and for my family na ma-sustain yung energy ko.
Yan. Thank you so much, no? Gcal, Google Calendar, classmates tayo dyan. Talagang life is ruled by my Gcal. Pero narinig ko yung travel sa'yo. Ako magtatanong, wala dyan sa chat natin. Tatanong lang ako. Dahil you kept on mentioning travel kanina pa. How does travel look like for you? And ano yung criteria mo for travel?
That's a
Sura
nice
ng mga
question.
travel na
Galing
yan.
mo talaga, Mami N, mag-interview.
Nainggit kasi ako sa travel mo. Yan ang hindi ko magawa lately.
Okay. So, nung nag-start kami mag-travel nga, is yung first year namin as a home-based family. All because of burnout. So, halos nalibot na namin yung buong Pilipinas sa first and second year pa lang namin sa pag-work from home. Tapos, sinabay ko pa rin yung mga meetups doon. So, ganun yung travel namin noon before. And then, pandemic, wala. And then, after the pandemic, bumalik kami, pero slow travel naman. How does slow travel works? Kasi before, nung nag-work from home pa kami, noon pareho, over the weekend lang kami magpupunta sa beach or magta-travel, ganyan. Mabibilisan. So, ngayon, ang ginagawa namin, dahil afford na rin, may income na maganda, na-afford namin yung 1 week, 2 weeks, ayan. So, yun yung slow travel na hindi mo na kailangang magmadali. Tapos, my son kasi is doing school na online. So, online siya, online si Habi, online ako. So, mas flexible na naming nagagawa yung mga bagay-bagay. Except, now that I have a baby, mabigat kasi si baby eh. Ilang kilos na siya, magte-10 kilos na siya. So, nadadala pa rin namin siya, except I have to have ate with me so that matulungan kami with everything na kailangang gawin. Especially sa akin na when I travel, nasasabayan ko pa rin siya ng work or business related na mga activities.
Meron pang mga meetups hanggang ngayon?
Oo, active kami sa meetups. Ayan o, si Mami Johnny sabi niya nag-meetup. So, hindi siya issue with the hobby, pero I still try to balance na hindi naman siya magtampo na ano. Pero I think kinasanayan niya and he just accepted na I still want to meet the mommy members na meron kami for each city or province na pupuntahan namin. So, parang ano, pinayagan niya na din. So, hindi naman issue sa kanya. Pero I make it to the point na palagi kong mamimit yung mga members namin since kumbaga malaking parte, no, yung community sa akin and sa family namin.
Wow. That's my dream. Sana magkatotoo yung dream ko. I love yung digital nomad na lifestyle. Tapos, doing meetups. Sana mangyari. Anyway, eto naman, Benilyn Yvette Opeda. As work-from-home freelancer, ano yung 5 top startup side hustles na pwede nilang i-explore and to venture into that you can recommend?
Startup business?
Yes, side hustle lang. Kasi
side
freelancer
hustle.
ka eh. Freelancer, so gusto niya nang mag-umpisa sigurong mag-business.
Okay. So, kung gusto niya mag-start ng freelance, start muna tayo dun sa freelancing. If you wanted to start a freelance na business, remember na idikit natin siya doon sa kung ano yung existing na natin na skills at saka experience, and then you can upskill so that you can offer other services, no, to your potential na clients. And then pwede nyong explore either voice jobs or non-voice na jobs yan. Okay? With voice jobs, tatlo lang yan. Either online teaching, phone support, or customer service, at saka voice acting. The rest, non-voice na. Social media marketing, accounting, virtual assistants, and marami pang iba. So, that's for freelancing. Remember then na if you're a student and you wanted to just start something nang walang-wala kayo and mag-offer kayo ng service nyo, no, which is nasa inyo lang, innate nyo. Madali yun, walang puhunan. Pero whatever you learn from that and from your clients or employers or companies na mga pinagtatrabahuan or pinapasukan nyo, magagamit nyo yan when you start your own business or your own brand. Maa-apply nyo yun. Pwedeng ganun kasi yung maging journey nyo. So with that, when you start something, let's say a product, either brand nyo yan or hindi, or pre-love, okay? Pwede nyong pag-isipan alin doon. So kung hindi nyo kaya nung mga brand new or mag-start kayo ng from scratch na i-build nyo yung sarili nyong brand, ganyan, you can always start with pre-love o kaya yung reselling nga, dropshipping, ganyan, na hindi nyo pag-iisipan masyado yung mga maliliit na bagay, okay? So kayo yung pwedeng mag-design din ng journey nyo. Pero at least I'm giving you an idea. Alin yung mabilis simulan sa hindi mabilis simulan. Okay? Kasi even myself, hindi pa ako nakapag-start nung sarili ko talagang brand. Ba, makeup, ganyan, 'di ba? Sariling sabon, yung uso na uso ngayon. Pero ayan, and then if you start naman with service, no, which is not freelancing, if it's a service, it's best if you can start it within your community. So for example, you wanted to start a grocery na pasabay. You wanted to do pasabay, pabili, ganyan, o kaya gusto nyo, ako personally, gusto kong magkaroon ako ng sarili kong home service na massage kasi mahilig ako magpa-massage. So baka makita niyo ako next time naglo-launch na ako ng massage service. Kasi nga, it's my interest, it's what I wanted din talaga, and at the same time, alam ko na kailangan siya within the community. So that's something that you can consider now when it comes to starting any kind of business or service na pwede nyo nang simulan anytime.
Yan. Thank you for that. Kailangan, based on your interest, based on the skills that you already have, yung mga kaya mo nang gawin, malapit sa ginagawa mo ngayon. Huwag kayong biglang magko-coffee shop kung di naman kayo umiinom ng coffee, hindi naman ninyo. At saka yung coffee shop kasi halos lahat ng tao, yan ang gustong negosyo ngayon. Last year, it was milk tea. Tapos, previous to that, kung ano-ano pa.
So, meron ding iba, no, Mami N? May mga friends ako na hindi naman nila interest, pero dun sila napunta. So, ang hirap masabi. Pero it's best if it's something that you like, something that you love.
Kasi pag it's something that you love, ito yung experience ko, Mami MK. Pag mahal mo siya, pag gusto mo yung ginagawa mo, kahit na magkaroon ng problema yung negosyo, porsigido ka pa rin eh. Kasi you like it, you enjoy what you're doing. Pero if it's not something that you enjoy, kahit na kumikita ka, hindi ganun ka fulfilling. No? This is from all the experiences that I have in the past 40 years.
Nice.
Ayun. Ito naman, dahil may nagtatanong dito na gusto daw niyang mag-import products from China directly from manufacturer. Kanina may nagsabi na ano siya, customs broker daw siya. Maybe we can ask them, no? I have not tried importing products directly from manufacturer. Would you want to help her, Mami MK?
Though wala akong experience when it comes to that, kakagaling ko lang po sa Alibaba. Kasi nga, very much interested na ako about e-commerce, except hindi ko lang talaga siya napupush, diba? Because pinag-aaralan ko ng maigi ano yung product na ibebenta ko. Pero nakakuha ako ng sobrang daming ideas from my fellow Filipino entrepreneurs na mga manufacturers, mga suppliers, may mga sariling brands, ganyan-ganyan. So, ang ginagawa nila is that mag-check muna sila sa Alibaba specifically kung ano-ano yung mga products na pwede nilang ibenta na gusto nila. Check muna nila, of course, yung presyo, yung offer, tapos kakausap sila ng iba-ibang mga suppliers, tatanungin nila, and then, tsaka nila ngayon, i-request kung pwede ba magpadala ng sample, o kaya yung iba naman, kapag afford nila, pupuntahan nila sa China mismo, something like that, to check yung factory, and then yung mga actual na products na physical, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, sa China kasi, iba-ibang city or province, iba-iba yung specialty nila. For example, ito yung mga sa clothing, dito naman, ganyan-ganyan. So, it's important na maintindihan natin how it works, especially kapag may involved na ibang bansa, tapos may mga custom pa, mga ganyan-ganyan. Kasi it's something na hindi pa tayo familiar, pero it's doable, especially may mga iba-ibang services na na-available available. Parang I know someone na ang service nila is nagpapadala sila or tutulungan ka nila na yung mga items mo na ginawa mo dito sa Pinas, ilalabas sa ibang bansa, something like that. Or ilalagay sa Amazon, ganyan. So, marami kayong pwede bang i-explore, matutunan, and it's important na meron talaga kayong support group or mga tao mabilis na mapagtatanungan so that hindi kayo ma-lost or at least makapick up lang kayo kahit konting ideas.
Okay. So, I hope that helped, no? Ito naman, may nagtatanong si Benilyn Opeda. Is it advisable daw for kids to do homeschooling if work from home ang parent?
Oh, you also need to understand the different setup now in terms of the kids' education. I am not expert about homeschooling, so hindi ako yung perfect na person to discuss about the options in terms of homeschooling. What I know, no, is that yung sa son ko is ang offer ng school nila is distance learning. So it's the same with how online school works during the pandemic na meron pa ring teacher, meron pa ring classmates, may exam pa din, may mga activities pa rin, sometimes mag-meet, ganyan. With homeschooling kasi, kailangan na ikaw present na gumawa ng program, pero alam ko meron mga homeschool providers na sila na yung nagpo-provide ng program. Tapos ikaw, involved ka pa rin sa pagtuturo. Pero ako po, dahil nakafocus ako with work as well as business, hindi ko po kinaya si homeschooling na talagang nakafocus. Kasi nagkuha pa nga po ako, diba, ng tutor. So, hindi siya, sa akin, hindi siya pasok doon sa setup na meron ako. So, kung ang question is maganda ba ang homeschooling? Yes, kasi marami pong homeschoolers ang makakapagsabi na maganda ito. Maganda ba yung online or yung distance learning? Yes, kasi happy ako with the result. Okay pa rin ba to go sa traditional na school? I believe so. Except, marami na ang mga parents ngayon, no, na nagsasabi na may mga iba't iba silang concerns din about it, pero okay pa rin in terms of socialization. Pero kailangan mag-keep up, no, ng educational na system natin, which is another topic. So, pag mga ganitong questions, it's best to join different support groups for homeschooling, for parenting, and even sa FH Moms, you can also throw this kind of question.
Yan. Thank you for that, no? Siyempre, nung panahon ko, wala pang homeschooling, no? Pero nakikita ko yung mga ginagawa ng homeschoolers na parents, hindi siya joke. Ang hirap nun na meron kang ginagawa, tapos iisipin mo pa kung paanong ituturo. Iba kasing magturo ng bata, kaya it's hard. But if that is something that you want, then okay. So for mga digital nomads, now I'm hearing na pwede palang distance learning. There is such a thing. No? This is the first time I heard it. Okay, so here, Kakay says may flower shop business daw siya at gusto niya ring matuto more strategic way, lalo na pag matumal na dahil seasonal. So may advice ka ba, Mami MK?
About sa mga seasonal na products?
Seasonal na products like flower shop?
Yeah. I have a lot of friends who are selling seasonal na mga products, no? And that includes flowers. And they would say na sobrang lakas daw talaga during seasons like pag February, kapag May, sa Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. So, malakas siya sa kung malakas. Pero may mga nagsasabi rin naman na humina. For example, we have a mommy member na sinabi niya noong nakaraan na humina yung benta ng turotot o kaya ng prutas during na ganito-ganyang So, ang hirap ma-predict. So, I believe it's important rin talaga na mag-try pero wag mag-purchase ng sobrang dami kasi ang hirap ngang ma-predict. So, pwedeng sa specific na seller na to malakas pero sa'yo biglang medyo mahina. Baka may kailangan rin i-improve, which is baka yung marketing medyo tagilid, yung customer service or yung pag-answer ng mga inquiries ng mabilis is medyo tagilid, o kaya baka nahuhuli na tayo when it comes to our strategies. Baka yung iba automated na, ikaw mano-mano mo pa rin ginagawa. Something like that. So, hindi lang naman siya dun sa seasonal na Pero ako, no, personally, if you can think of a business idea or a product na mag-work siya for both, either seasonal siya or hindi, mas maganda. O kaya, kung hindi man siya seasonal, you can always come up with a branding or with a package na madali mo lang siyang mataturn into that seasonal na product. For example, candles. So, yung kandila, 'di ba? Kung iisipin mo, parang pasok lang siya kapag undas. Pero kapag December, pwede mo na siyang i-turn into a gift o kaya pwede mo rin pala siyang gawing corporate giveaways. Tapos pwede pwede rin pala siyang i-offer doon sa may mga spa. So, pwede mo siyang bigyan ng iba't ibang muka for different seasons. Kahit na hindi naman siya technically seasonal na product, parang ganun. So, it's really up to you if you wanted to dive sa seasonal lang na products for seasonal lang na mga pagkakataon, or you wanted doon sa product na pwede siyang pang buong year pero pwede mo rin siyang i-offer for different seasons. So, depende siya sa planning, I guess.
Thank you for that, Mami MK, no? So, kahit na seasonal yung product, no, for me naman ang naisip ko is, merong mga taong nangangailangan ng bulaklak ng buong taon. Sino sila? Tanungin mo yung sarili mo or tanungin mo si ChatGPT kung sino yung nangangailangan ng bulaklak sa buong taon, and you will find the answer. Okay, so, Mami MK, ang daming insights and learning, no? So, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today. Bago tayo mag-end, meron ka bang mga final words of wisdom para sa ating viewers?
Well, ang dami na nating napag-usapan, no? And that's for 2 hours na hindi na natin napansin. And I'm sure marami na kayong key takeaways. Siguro, if there's one thing or one message that I wanted to share is that huwag po nating sukuan ang mga sarili natin. Kung ano man pong kaguluhan ang mangyari o nangyayari po na yan sa bansa po natin, no? May mga personal tayong mga challenges about our mental health, about our family, medyo mabigat, no? Huwag po nating hayaan na sukuan yung mga sarili po natin, no? Ang business po na yan, kung talagang kanina may nakita ako na kailan ko po ba masasabi na isara na yung negosyo ko, ganyan. Yan yung mga isa sa mga pinaka masasakit na isipin. And marami po sa mga kaibigan ko rin, no, ang nagsara rin ng mga negosyo nila. Ang business nyo po, pwede nyo pong i-close anytime. Pwede po kayong mag-start ulit ng panibagong negosyo. Pero tayo po, no, as a business owner, kailangan nating lakasan ang loob natin so that kabangon po tayo ulit. I think yun yung message na gusto kong ibigay sa lahat. More than the business strategies at mga concepts na napag-usapan po natin today, whatever happens, huwag po nating sukuan ng sarili natin and humingi po tayo ng tulong, no, sa Diyos, at huwag po kayong matakot na humingi rin ng tulong sa ibang tao.
Okay, so thank you for that, no? Huwag susuko at huwag matakot humingi ng tulong sa Diyos, of course, and sa ibang tao, because God will always use other people to help us. Kaya yun ang kagandahan ng pagdadasal at pag-surrender ng mga things na pinagdadaan natin sa ating God, whatever your religion is. May mga nagtatanong, how can you learn from Mami MK?
Yes, so ako po ay active sa lahat ng social media. You can message me anytime sa Facebook account ko. Make sure lang to mention na napanood niyo po ako dito sa Mami Negosyo, no? MK Bertulfo sa Facebook, sa TikTok, sa lahat po ng social media. If you wanted to follow FH Moms, isearch na lang rin po si Get Hired at saka si Dabibong Pinay. Ayan, si Dabibong Pinay po is a community rin, no, na tumutulong sa mga kababaihan. Paano naman po kayo kikita? Through crafting. So, kung mahilig kayo gumawa ng mga journal, notebooks, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, po pwede nyo rin po akong i-email. That's mk@fhmoms.com. Sa account po sa Facebook, meron rin po akong Linktree. Yung Linktree naman po, nandiyan po lahat ng contacts ko, ng socials, lahat rin ng mga clickable na mga links na importante, no, mga free na training, tsaka resources. And then meron rin po kaming mga upcoming na big events. So meron po kaming Entrepinay. Ito po ay gaganapin naman sa Philippine Trade Training Center or PTTC sa Pasay City, katabi ng World Trade. Ito po ay para sa mga entrepreneurs. Pasok na pasok po ito sa inyo and may opportunity po doon para mag-speak. Pwede rin po maging partner, pwede maging sponsor, maging exhibitor kung gusto niyo po mag-booth. Pwede rin pong maging merchant or magbenta ng mga food niyo po or drinks, ganyan. Pwede rin po kayo umattend as an attendee. Libre lamang po, no, na makasali sa Entrepinay. And meron rin po kaming Mother's Day na event sa Araneta City naman. Ganun din po, libre lang sumali. May mga iba't ibang opportunities rin po na po pwede sa inyo. That's why you can always send me a message to inquire or mag-abang po kayo ng post kasi madalas po akong mag-post ng mga job openings, ng mga free webinars, ng mga in-person na mga events, ng mga scholarship, accelerator na mga programs, lahat po ng makakatulong sa inyo bilang isang freelancer or worker at saka business owner, and pati na rin po sa mga anak po natin, madalas ko rin po yung i-share. So, yeah.
Yan, ako, ang daming ways to communicate with Mami MK, kaya wala tayong excuse, no? So, yung mga nagdadrama-drama sa buhay, dyan, ako, tigil na natin yung drama. Nandyan si Mami MK, you can ask her, you can ask advice, you can ask her for opportunities, nandyan lahat. Hanapin nyo lang, MK Bertolfo, kahit na saan, nandyan. Alright, so, I guess that's all. So, I'll see you all on Tuesday, okay? See you all on Tuesday, same time, dito pa rin sa Zoom and Facebook Live. Bye, Mami MK. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone!